Hello and welcome to day 62 of 100 Days of Tonalism. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the study that I've done today is Near the Village by George Inness. As I said in the blog post today, I've really loved this painting for a long time. It's one of my favorites, and you'll probably be able to tell from the length of the video that I spent quite a while on it. This painting is compositionally totally masterful, and really this is a great example of late period George Inness, and I just got a lot out of just doing the study, being able to break it down and put it together. One of the reasons why I did this series was just so I feel the best way to learn is by doing, and any time I've ever wanted to learn something in my life, I've just set about teaching myself how to do it. I'm not opposed to buying books or even, taking a lesson from somebody, but painting I've just, taught myself as I went. Anyway, I got some, first of all, I'm going to read from this book by Nikolai Tsikolsky called George Inness. Read quite a lot from this book over the probably last month or so, and he has this painting in his book. I'm going to read what he wrote. Don't worry if I'm doing some pauses here, it's because I'm trying to find my place, but we've got a long video today, so I think I can fit this in, and there's another chapter later on I want to read. And this is late paintings were often called, this is, by the way, Near to the Village, October would be the full title, and it was a 30 by 45. It's a gift. It's in the Cincinnati Art Museum. Love to see it. And this is late paintings were often called poetic to describe their elusiveness, but he himself was wary of undisciplined suggestiveness of vagueness. Quote, "The poetic quality is not obtained by eschewing any truth or fact of nature," unquote. He said, "A truly poetic painting would be like St. John's apocalyptic vision. As Inness understood it, when John saw the vision of the apocalypse, he saw it. He did not see emasculation or weakness or gaseous representation. He saw things, and those things represented an idea." Inness did not care to imitate things or places, but he did insist on credibility of substance and clarity of space. When he talked to a pupil of structural forms, dimensions, distances, masses, and lines, he was talking about the formal ingredients of his own paintings. They gave them the truth of fact that was prerequisite to any effective poetry. And what a great, little tidbit there about how to get poetry into your work. And this is one of the reasons I really like this book. This guy Nikolai is a heck of a writer. Now, hopefully I can find my other place. Here we are. Unity, this is page 113 of the book on George Inness by Nikolai Tsikolsky. Unity is not experienced as a vision, a gaseous representation, as Inness put it disdainfully. In his interpretation of John the Evangelist's apocalyptic vision, unity is experienced as things actually seen. These things do not appear in Inness's late paintings as illusions of physical reality, nor do they merely depict optical effects, which is another reason why Inness objected so strongly to being called an impressionist. They do not operate according to the physical laws of nature. Weight is suspended, time is slowed, sound is stilled, substance is softened, atmosphere is unbreathably substantial and thick with color. They do not at the same time operate unlawfully or implausibly. If anything, they are regulated by an order purer and more clearly perceivable than that of the physical world. What Inness's late paintings contain what they are as objective metaphysical laws are expressed. What they are as objective fact is a world more metaphysical than physical, in which, however, metaphysical laws are expressed and tangibly embodied as rules of pictorial form. Metaphysics and aesthetics, religion and art are one and the same. Pictorial design, color, and construction are the elements of metaphysical order. Pictorial form is the means by which that higher order and higher beauty are fitted to material comprehension. That is where Inness hid his religion in his art. And what a great couple paragraphs there from the book. And really the key to why his paintings have this beautiful otherworldly quality. You know, he was endeavoring to paint the unseen, or at least to many people unseen, reality that lies, you know, maybe a hair's breadth below the surface of the actual physical reality that we perceive. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I like to paint times of day like dawn or twilight, because those are the times of day that you really feel that sense that the world is just basically a cover kind of stretched over something else, something that's more ethereal and yet more substantial at the same time. Continuing on with Siskowski, he, on page 115, it says about Inness, he hid his religious meaning in artistic form, not to be private or obscure, but because that was the only way he could make religious art. D.K. understood that. D.K., by the way, was a critic of that time. Discussing the relation of Inness's religion to his art, he said that in contrast to the artists like William Holman Hunt, who, in the shadow of the cross, seeks to return to the simplicity of the Van Eycks in treating religious questions, Inness treated those questions both by using the modern subject of landscape and by the way he painted. That's very important, very critical. It's how he painted. It was expression of his consciousness. And this is the thing that oil painting can do that almost no other medium can do. Well, writing would maybe be the other exception to that. You know, you could certainly write and convey that deep impression of consciousness, but painting really gets even more across, I think. Anyway, I can see we're getting close to the end of this video. If you'd like to see more of my work, go to landscapepainter.co.nz. And thanks for joining us for day 62. Come on back tomorrow for day 63. It'll be rollicking good fun.